man cannot stand the thought of being alone, so he cannot believe you when you say you're happier alone. Imagine that you can do it. They honestly believe that you're lying.
Every man should get to that level where they're comfortable being alone.
Talk about how men love themselves so much.
First of all, it's really easy to say that you don't want a relationship when a woman doesn't want a relationship with you.
That you love and they love you. Whatever little problems you got, y'all should be able to work it out.
Those women don't care. The reason why there's so many single men out there is because we are asking you to be better, and some of these men are refusing to.
See, the truth is this, bro. You know what I'm saying? Staying single just feel better. You know that, right? You know deep down they feel better when you just single, doing you. You ain't got to worry about who doing what. You ain't got to worry about what doing, how she moving with her friends, how she moving with said guy, or if she cheating on you at the workplace. You ain't got to worry about none of that. Why? Because you worrying and focusing about other things that matter in your life is opposed to a woman. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to a female, a chick who ain't really trying to be good and do good by you any damn way. So why are you wasting your time with this woman? A lot of us are in relationships that we don't want to be in, steady stuck over our baby mamas, steady stuck instead of just moving on in life, steady stuck over a 304. You know, she really don't love you. She really, you know, has you as a placeholder. She just waiting for the next best guy to come along. She really tired of you, bro. You not tired of her? You not ready to level up and get to the next level so you can get away from her? You still need her. And that's why she don't like you. See, I agree. Bachelor lifestyle for life, my boy. I don't have to worry about a girlfriend or worry about why she's sad at me because I chose to go to the gym, or I don't have to buy another meal or focus on me ordering dinner for two or lunch for two. And I could just focus on getting what I want off the menu instead of worrying about what the bill gonna be or worrying about what she's gonna order. Regardless of how much money I have, you're still gonna have to worry about that.
Yeah, that's the thing right there. Right? When you have a girl, a lot of times you're spending extra money, right? When a girl has you, she saves money. A lot of men are getting tired of it, to feel underappreciated. A lot of guys are thinking, why? Why would I go through it? But let's hear more what you guys say.
No matter how much money you have, it doesn't. It doesn't matter how much money you have. You could be going to Walmart, right? And you already know if you got your girl in the car with you, you know that y'all not finna just be getting 3 items. Mm-hmm. Them 3 items gonna turn to 10 items or 20 items. That's just how the female brain works. You don't gotta be worrying about none of that though. Or when you first meet a girl and y'all going through y'all little talking stages or whatever, and y'all gotta you gotta figure out who her ex is, or you gotta figure out if she lying, or you gotta vet her to the point where how you want to vet her to see if she's really a good woman. You know, you really don't understand women like that, so you gotta understand them more and stuff like that. So it's like it's a process. It's a process. I did it before. I did it numerous of times. You know, it's a process. Every woman you meet that's new, it's going to be a process. It's going to be a process. You got to know when you meet a woman, bro, if she has kids, you have to understand and know that she's still dealing with the baby daddy on some type of level of capacity. You have to embed that in your brain. It has to get in your brain. You got to understand that, bro. You just must understand that. Right? If you don't understand that, bro, you're gonna struggle. You're gonna have a very hard time.
Yeah, but I know for sure a lot of men do understand. And for that fact, Men are deciding to opt out of relationships. It's gotten that bad. What's going on now with modern dating? Women are requiring so much, and they don't realize that guys aren't going for it. Like in this next video I'm going to show, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about.
Comfortable in his own company, right? You don't need to have the attention of a woman. You're not seeking validation from a woman. You're perfectly fine with being by yourself. That's a win-win. Every man should actually be there. Every man should get to that level where they're comfortable being alone. Because that way you won't rush into bad relationships. You won't have all these different baby mamas. Yeah. It'll keep you safe health-wise. You ain't got to worry about catching none, or it'll just save you a whole bunch of, trouble. Because, hey, you're okay with being alone. And any man that's okay with being alone, he won't take any disrespect from a woman. He won't take the mind games. He won't, have his freedom or time compromised. He's not going to be needy.
So true. And that's what men are looking forward to. Men are like, what sense does it make to be with someone that's going to set you back? Because a lot of times, that's what relationships are nowadays. And that's exactly why I chose to go overseas, because I wanted to make sure I had a wife. I didn't want to just be running up in any and everything. And I wanted a wife that wasn't thinking about the money. See, a lot of times you get with someone, you want to be sure she's not thinking all about the bag. You get a woman not thinking about the bag and willing to support everything you're doing, that's when you're winning. But nowadays, that's so hard to find.
I think so many 30 and 40-year-olds are choosing to stay single nowadays is because the reward doesn't seem to be outweighing the risk anymore. The reward being a relationship, love, and a partner, but the risk being your peace, your heart, and your sanity. And when you've dealt with heartbreak on the level that some of us have went through, you'll do anything in your power not to go through something like that ever again. And the level of strength that it took for some of us to pull ourselves out of these dark places, we don't want to find out if we have that type of strength again. And when you put yourself up and been all in with a person who turned around and lied to you, deceived you, manipulated you, an adult, and telling you they didn't want to do it anymore, it just seems easier to our peace, protect our heart, keep our sanity, and stay single.
So I talked to my friend last night, and I was asking her about this guy that she had told me that she had met on a dating app. That's where they're the most unserious. Asking her how it was going, and the story goes like this. She met this guy on a dating app. They had talked on and off the app for about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks before he asked her on a date. They were going to some restaurant. I don't remember the restaurant. And about an hour before they were supposed to meet at the restaurant, he texts her and tells her, make sure she gets snacks so she don't bring too much of her appetite, because he didn't intend on buying both of them full meals.
Drizzle.
Yeah.
Now, I wouldn't have went on the date. That would have been it for me. You can go alone.
Of course, I'm sassy because of that.
But that's just me. She continues to talk to the guy even after the date. She said the conversation was okay, but she continues to talk to him. About 2 weeks go by and his birthday weekend is coming up. And so he had been subtly hinting that he wanted to spend some of his birthday with her. So she hesitantly, she said she really wasn't feeling doing nothing with him for his birthday because they haven't been talking that long. And, the first date, which was very off-putting. But she tells him that she can meet him at Firebirds for Saturday lunch and they can celebrate his birthday then. He agrees. She gets to Firebirds on that Saturday, and she's sitting at the bar waiting for him, and he comes in, and she said he seemed like he got like a little slight attitude. So as soon as he get there, she's like energetic, like, oh, it's your birthday, happy birthday. She gets him a birthday shot. And she said, maybe like 15 minutes or so go by, like the birthday shot didn't kick in. He seemed like he's loosening up a little bit. So she asked him, like, it's your birthday. Like, you don't really seem that excited. Like, you don't really seem like you're in a birthday mood. Like, are you good? And so he tells her that he didn't know if he really even wanted to come meet her because he doesn't understand why she didn't pick. Now, in this, where the Firebirds restaurant is, it's at a mall. So it's a lot of restaurants around. He doesn't know why she didn't pick somewhere nicer, like P.F. Chang's or Capitol Grill is in that same plaza, and down the street is Fleming's. And so he mentions, like, you know, you went with your coworkers last week for one of their birthdays to Fleming's. I don't know why you wouldn't take me to Fleming's on my birthday instead of Firebirds. Come again? I forgot to mention that part of the reason that he knew that she had gone to Fleming's the week before for her coworker's birthday is because she met him after that dinner at a bar. He invited her out for a drink. So she says she goes and meets him at the bar. They're sitting there having a drink. The bartender asks if she wants another drink, and she says yes. He turns to her and says, oh, well, I only invited you out for a drink, so if you get a second drink or anything after that, it's on you. Okay. Now, this is where I told her she messed up, because after that, why would you be doing anything for this man for his birthday? Girl, I guess. He also says, and then you text me this morning to tell me happy birthday, and I told you I was on my way to get my haircut, and you didn't even offer to pay for my haircut for my birthday. Sis. And I'm talking to you, young man. Y'all, the sassy men apocalypse continues.
That's not sassy. See, because nowadays, if a man is going to be dealing with a lady, some guys require that she pays. Seriously. No man wants a girl that's broke. If a man's going to date you, he requires that you pays for him sometimes, right? And also, he took her out and he requires that you don't buy up the entire menu. I truly understand him. I'm sure a lot of the men who stating why they don't date understand him. That's one of the reasons why they're not dating anymore. That's one of the reasons why before I left the country, I didn't date anymore. Like, what's the whole point of taking someone out, spending $200-300, and nothing comes from it? And 3 days later, you stop dating me. Then what? Now I'm stuck. I'm stuck with memories and nothing else. And then if you give me some, then that's not good. Then what? Now you wrong me. You possibly could have burned me. Like, I don't know. Of course I'm strapping up, but you guys know what I'm saying. They got that thing now where it gets on your skin, and yeah, got to be careful out there.
I'm not here to bother anybody, but can we just talk about how men love themselves so much? Men love themselves. Men are focused on themselves, and then women are focused on them. Focused on making them happy, making them obsessed with them, giving them everything that they need. Stop. You need to stop. You don't even have a job, but you're busy focusing on getting a man. Get a job first. Men are focused on their money. Men are focused on their health, wealth, future dreams. Okay? Not you. Haven't you wondered why men are so successful? A man will literally secure a future for himself before he can secure a woman or a wife. But you're not focused on that, right? You're too busy focusing on that man that doesn't even love you. Sis.
I say this right. At least your friend is getting somewhere with a man. She's trying, right? A man probably wouldn't get anywhere with you, right? She's doing for a man. That's half the battle for a man. Okay, I got a woman that's into me. That's what a man wants. If she's doing that for a 20% man, she's losing. Because a lot of you are doing it for the 20% of man, right? The 20% of men that gets all the woman. That's where you're doing it wrong. If you're doing it for a stand-up guy, that's a little different. And he's treating you a certain way, probably not going to happen. Because men are refusing to date because women are not doing that for them. They're doing that for the guy they can get most of the times and passing up the regular guys. And guys are done with it.
I always feel this one right here. Like, there's something so, I guess, freeing about not having to worry about somebody else like coming to your day for no reason. It truly is hard to find somebody that's Like I said, not just gonna go out of the way to up your day for no reason. Like, it's hard to actually find that in a relationship. Then once you do find that relationship, you get married. Marriage is a whole nother game, because like you're technically stuck with that person. So like, if you made the wrong decision, you're gonna have to deal with that person for like a very long time if it doesn't work out. Boy, especially if you got kids. Holy bro, I've seen so many homies go through hard times just because being married, having kids, getting divorced, it's a lot. I don't blame anybody for wanting to stay single, but at the same time, don't give up hope. There's always somebody out there for you. You know what I'm saying? Peace out.
Yeah, you're right. Don't give up hope, but to what avail, right? I say it like this: you can scrounge to the west, you can leave, find something, and you still need to be careful. I repeat, you still need to be careful when you travel across these shores. But I think a lot of men need to stay single for a season, not for the long haul, but for a season. Figure some things out, right? A lot of men need to get themselves together. As far as, say, for instance, if you want to move overseas, right? Before you move overseas or thinking about traveling anywhere overseas, work on being independent. See, a lot of guys have a janitor job, and all they'll do is work on the job sweeping, and that's really it, right? But the job I had when I was in the States, I did sales. So I was able to easily translate that to working online. I think guys need to pick up certain skills. A guy may need to pick up, IT, or even just doing AI. I teach guys how to use AI to your advantage. You can go and look that up on your own. But the way I do it is I use AI with working online in certain things, and it helps out a lot. And actually, pretty soon I'm going to have an AI course where I'm teaching guys how to use it to their advantage. So yeah, I think most guys need to pick up a different skill, because nowadays there are so many things out there you can do, or so many ways you can make millions of dollars. You just have to learn how to do it, figure it out. And I'll say it like this: there's a lot of money being left on the table by guys like you. Like, because right now, it's so easy to make money. You just have to reach out and grab it.
You got so many people nowadays who are choosing just to be single. They choosing to be single, man. It's just like it'd be too much drama, trying to date somebody, trying to find out if somebody is a psychopath, trying to find out somebody's history, trying to find out if somebody really going to church because they love God, or if they're going to church faking. It's just too much that has to go on now in the dating scene. You never know who somebody really is, man. How many times they done been to prison, how many times they done been married, if their credit is all jacked up, if they gonna try to use you, if they're an abuser. I mean, it's too much to have to worry about. If you got somebody in your life and you comfortable with that person, and you can trust that person, and that person is loyal to you, and you loyal to that person, don't step back out away from that person and get back out here into the dating scene, because ain't nothing out here. Ain't nothing out here if you got something that's good at home. There is nothing out here. Let me say it again. If you got somebody that's good at home, that person might have a few things wrong with them. Who of us don't have something wrong with us? We judge people for the smallest things, and we say, I want to divorce this person. I want to divorce that person because of this, because of that. Don't you know how hard it is to find somebody who truly love you nowadays? How hard it is to find somebody who's truly genuine, who's not out just for themselves like most people are these days. If you got somebody, man, that you love and they love you, whatever little problems you got, y'all should be able to work it out if y'all love each other.
Mm-hmm.
If you about to break up with somebody over something stupid, if you about to leave somebody over something stupid, if you think you found somebody better because they're better looking, because they're saying nicer things to you right now, that's only the beginning. If you have somebody that's good in your life, you stick with that person, man, in this day and age, because finding somebody that's loyal, finding somebody that's faithful, finding somebody that won't betray you is a hard thing to come across in these days. I'm telling you, stick with the person that you with.
He ain't lying.
Don't let that brother at your job talk you out of your marriage. Don't let that sister, man, that's wearing that short skirt talk you out of your marriage because you want to hit that one time, or you want this dude to hit you one time. That one time, man, will turn into something else in your marriage and your whole relationship, and your whole life will be turned upside down for a moment. Think about that.
It's funny. I just reacted to a video, I think yesterday, about a woman that gave up her marriage for a fling, and the guy he had 2 other kids, and he didn't plan on being faithful to her, but she messed up her marriage, left her husband for it. Women are doing this all the time. That's why when I got married, I told my wife, there's no need for you to work. Seriously, I didn't want it. Why? I didn't want any extra issues. I was thinking about it though, but still, I made enough money so she didn't have to work. So that's what I wanted, and that's the way I kept it. And we still married now. 10 years coming soon, next year. Stay tuned for that.
See women constantly explaining to men that they would rather be alone than to be in a relationship with them.
Okay, but why?
They don't understand. They don't understand because the cognitive dissonance.
Well, that's an interesting theory.
They can't imagine because they can't do it. They can't be alone. Literally, they ruminate when they're alone. Their mind wanders all over the place. They hate their own company.
Well, actually, contrary to those statements, there are actually quite a large number of men that really do choose to remain single because they actually find it to be more peaceful.
A man cannot stand the thought of being alone, so he cannot believe you when you say you're happier alone. They can't do it, so they can't imagine that you can do it. They honestly...
Why do so many individuals insist on leaving out very crucial words in these types of statements, such as the word some?
Stop trying to convince them that you're happier alone. We know we are. Just be alone.
I'm starting to think that a lot of these individuals out there have not really spoken to a wide variety of men. Because like I said, there are already a lot of men out there who have decided that, for many of the same reasons that women do, remaining single is honestly the most peaceful route that they can take.
That's why I'm taking time to show it on this video. Because a lot of men are saying, why? Why continue down this dark path that leads to nowhere? I'd rather be on my own and be happy. Men are choosing peace.
She won't date a man that can't cover all the expenses, all the bills. Well, that's why she's single. There's women like her that are single right now, and they're going to stay single, right? Because men don't want no woman dating them for money, right? That's not attractive to a man, right? That they work hard, they build an empire, they build a business, they build something, and you come with your gold digging self wanting what they build, right? No, it's okay. Yeah, I believe in paying for the first date, but it's okay for a woman to pay for something every now and then. Me and my wife, sometimes she'll pay, sometimes I'll pay, right? That's a partnership, right? This thought of in the 21st century where women actually outraise men as far as wealth goes, and where people are where women actually make sometimes more money. Just think that I always have to pay. It depends on each relationship, but to say I'm going into a relationship and unless you pay, I don't want you. Well, that's why you're single, and that's why you're going to stay single, Lisa Ray.
I got so much stuff on my mind. I just want to talk to y'all today. This is for my ladies, my grown women who are 30 and up. If you're 30 and you're still single, baby, it's a beautiful thing. Take this time to focus on you.
剩女, which means leftover women.
Get in the best shape of your life. Try some new hair colors. Focus on your health. Focus on spending time with your family. Travel. Become so in tune with you that you know yourself inside and out. Just become the best version of you. So when you do meet that person that's for you, when it is time for you to fall in love, you're ready to receive that love. But take this time to just do you, baby. Don't feel like time is passing you by and that you're never going to meet the person that's for you. I promise. I promise they out there. They're just getting prepared for you just like you're preparing for them.
Most of my guy friends are single right now, and this is why. Talking about my friends, they're hustlers. And so in their mind, they're thinking not only would a girl be kind of a distraction right now, but the girl that they could get right now is nowhere near as good as the one that they could get in 5 years when they're richer, when they're more successful, when they're more established.
First of all, it's really easy to say that you don't want a relationship when a woman doesn't want a relationship with you. Women have collectively decided to raise their standards, and the truth is a lot of men these days don't meet those standards.
Where is your husband?
A man being able to only pay the light bill is not going to cut it. Women want financial stability. This isn't new. Y'all try to...
The man is talking about his friends are grinding. They're grinding, and they're saying they don't want to get women now because they can get better, which is true. This is facts. Why you see, man? This is why guys are choosing to stay single. From a woman like this, let me let it continue though. It's crazy.
To act like it's new, but it's not. Back in the days when women didn't have bank accounts, didn't have jobs, they did select partners who could financially provide for them and their future children. Stop acting like women these days are so new and what's wrong with them and this is so revolutionary and these are modern women. Women have always expected a man to provide. You're modern because you expect a woman to split bills with you, and no woman in history has ever been asked that. And then with this bootleg vague threat, like, you guys are going to want us in 5 to 10 years. We're going to be the ones with the money, and you're going to wish you hadn't hated on us when we were in our 20s. You're getting princess treatment. You're getting flown out. You're getting spoiled by these men who have money right now. And when we get the money, we're not going to want you. Those women don't care. The reason why there's so many single men out there is because we are asking you to be better, and some of these men are refusing to. You're digging in your heels, you're being stubborn, and you're going to stay single until you change. Women are evolving. Evolve with us or get left.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
No. You're bugging. Because guys are happily single. Guys are happy to be single. Guys are keeping their money in their pockets. Guys are doing what they want to do. They're going to the gym. They're working on themselves. They're doing the work. Yeah, keep doing the work, man. And guys, thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Peace out. See you next video.
Brothers! What we do in life echoes in eternity.
Believe that you're lying.